Hey guys, what's happening? We're gonna take a ride to the shop here. Have a little chat. I got that trailer prepped up yesterday. It's ready for, let's see if I can't get this the way I want it. There we go. Got it ready for paint. Had a long day yesterday, so I didn't get rolling that early this morning. I answered a bunch of YouTube comments and things like that. Thanks everybody for the overwhelming response on how you became involved with YouTube and or the YouTube Garage Gang, telling your stories and all that. It's been really cool. I'm still missing a lot of guys. You know who you are. I'd like to have a video made from definitely as many people as I can get a video from. I know it's only been a week, but I want to keep it fresh in everybody's mind so that we can get something put together here and have a little compilation so the guys up and coming into the Garage Gang can see you know, why some of us have stuck around as long as we have. You know, a lot of guys do a project and then when they finish it, they don't stick around. But for the most part, the original group of guys are still all making videos, and even if it's not a how-to video every day or every week, those guys are still around. So that's really cool. It's kind of a crummy, rainy day today. It's only about 45 degrees. And I'm heading into the shop. I'm going to do a little bit more work on those toolboxes, getting them prepped up. I got about a cup or two of blasting media still inside the boxes. I need to vacuum them out. And I'm going to run the DA over them since they're more of a flat sheet steel, so they don't turn out too bad. Those are probably the nicest part of these trailers that I'm doing, so I'd like them to be kind of nice and flat. We also talked about the owner putting some of his graphics on it, his logo, putting vinyl graphics on those boxes or somewhere on the trailer. Maybe the tongue of the trailer's got a nice flat spot in the C channel. So trying to get that looking as good as I can. I'm still looking for a windshield mount for this camera, so I got you guys stuffed up in the corner of the dash there. So hopefully these videos aren't turning out too crummy. I noticed one of the snowplowing videos that when I had the camera facing out, looking out the front of the truck, right at first it vibrated on the dash a little bit, but then it stopped. So the mount I'm looking to get is a product made by a company called Film Tools, and it's called the Gripper 115, and it's a vacuum cup mount that mounts on the windshield, but it's been out of stock for like a month. And they make very similar models, but they have longer mounts on them, and I just don't want it to take up that much room, so I'm looking for this sort of compact mount. I've looked at some of the plastic, like the GoPro mounts that are just a suction cup type. I really I want the vacuum cup style because this truck does not ride that smooth, so if I hit a bump, I don't want the camera crashing down onto the dash or worse. I kind of feel like I spent good money on something, so why buy a cheap mount? Want to do the best videos for you guys that I can. I know not everybody likes these driving videos, whatever, but it's kind of a motivator for me, so I'll do them. I had a couple of my subscribers that want some landscaping videos this summer, and I don't mind doing them. The big problem I have is camera equipment on a job site, because I'm not just the boss, I'm working. So that's kind of hard for me to work and have a YouTube film production here. I know I think I did it last summer, or maybe the summer before. I did some in skid steer video. The audio just gets destroyed, and I'm not taking this camera in the skid steer or on a job site unless I can set it up on a tripod somewhere. But customers start to wonder what the hell you're doing if you're setting up tripods and things, so keeping it discreet is probably better. I always, if it's a job site where I think the homeowner is gonna be a little leery about it, I would ask them first. But most of the people I work for, I've known them for years, so they pretty much understand the things that I do and don't have a problem with it. So we'll try and get you guys some footage of that kind of stuff. Let's see what else is happening. I got this lumbar support and my seat fixed, and I like that. One of my other YouTube buddies asked me if the GM version is the same or similar, and the honest answer is I don't know. I've never had the seat cover off of a GM seat before. Luckily, these Ford seats have that plastic cover on the back, and the seat cover just clips around the back. It doesn't actually go on it like a glove, so they're easier to take off. I know I had a 98 GM or Chevy pickup, 1 ton, all decked out, everything but leather, and it had power lumbar. But I don't know if it used an actuator or if it used a like an airbag type deal, because it felt like an airbag was inflating, and it sounded like it hissed when you let the air out of it. Now that could all be in my head, like all the other voices in my head. But I never had any of those apart. I never had one break. This is the first truck that I've ever had a lumbar support break in, and I basically flew blind on figuring it out, and it wasn't that big a deal. So I assume that some of those other vehicles are fairly similar. They may be, they may not be. I don't know. The way this one worked was very simplistic in my opinion, and I thought it was pretty easy to repair. In the whole scheme of things, it could have been a lot worse. I could have had to tear the whole damn seat apart to get it apart, or to get access to it at least, and I may have done the repair differently if I had no access. But the fact that I was able to actually take the lumbar support plate out of the seat very easily, it was a no-brainer for me to just pull it out and repair it, put it in the vise, weld that little tab on it, and put a hole in it for the spring and cable assembly, and go with that. Kind of having a slow start to what I would call spring here. I mean, rain is certainly a sign of spring coming, but the motivation level is still really low. It's been so bad with the snow this winter, and getting my scheduling all messed up, and then by the time I'd get straightened out and get ready to do something in the shop again, it would snow again and just flip my whole schedule upside down, which is fine because that's what I'm in business to do. But I do enjoy being able to get other side projects done and repair things and make videos for all you guys who watch them. We'll see what we can get put together here in the next couple of weeks. I'm not going to film painting those trailers. I didn't film the first one, and I'm not going to film this one either. I'm not going to put this camera in the overspray until I can get a lens cover for the wide angle lens. I do have a lens cover for the camera without the lens on it, but that's not going to protect this wide angle lens. So I'm kind of waiting for that car mount to become available so I can place an order. I kind of want to order everything at once and be done with it. Now I may videotape dropping the fuel tank out of this truck to do that repair. We'll see how that goes. I still have a quarter of a tank of fuel, which is like easily 20 gallons in this truck. It's not an 80-gallon tank, but the way the fuel gauge reads. It's 46 gallons, and when I've run this thing down on the complete empty and then drove it around some more or plowed snow with it, I've still never put more than like 39 gallons in it. So when it first hits empty, it's usually got 10 to 15 gallons still in that tank. So there's a big reserve side to this tank, and I want to run it down pretty much to right before I run it out of fuel, so that I can drop it, and then I can just siphon the last little bit of fuel out of it. I just don't know when I'm going to get to it. It needs to be dry. I don't want to lay under this truck with it dripping salty brine juice in my face. And I need a couple of days, 3 or 4 days of not driving it when I drop it, so that once I repair it and put the Raptor liner on it, that it'll be ready to go to put back in. I will probably clean up the straps and get some paint on those, some 415 or something. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with those. I don't think I'm going to Raptor liner the straps too. Although I may have enough material left over in the gun. I bought a whole kit, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to take 4 bottles of Raptor liner to shoot a fuel tank. Nor do I want that. Don't want it to be that thick on there. Probably 2 to 3 coats will be adequate, and then it'll need to sit in the warm shop. I'll have to heat it a little bit for a couple of days before I can reinstall it. Usually that stuff dries pretty quick. Something that's neat, I learned at my jobber the other day. I went to pick up body shop supplies, paint, and stuff like that. The Rhino liner, which is more of the rubberized bed liner that you get from commercial places, you know, that advertise spray and bed liners. They've been selling the gun for a while, but I thought it was kind of out of my price range. But it seems like you can get those guns for $500 to $600, which is no more than the cost of you know, an upper level base coat, clear coat spray gun, you know, an Iwata or a SATA or something like that. And the kits that are large enough to do a full 8-foot bed are only like $175 at my jobber. They may be more expensive other places. I think I saw them on Auto Body Tool Mart. They're like $200 or a little more. At least they were. I don't know if they've come down or not. But those are pretty cool because each cartridge, which sprays out like a 2-part urethane or like a seam sealer, it's got 2 cylinders in the cartridge, and then you put a spray nozzle on it, and the spray nozzles you throw away. So whatever unused portion you have left when you're done, you just throw the tip away and put the cap back on it. So if you were going to do smaller projects, you could go with it. Whereas the Raptor liner, once you mix it, you got to use it because it's catalyzed in the bottle, and you're spraying it through a shoots gun. So I wasn't going to spend an initial investment of like $700 or $800 just to do this tank when I could replace the tank for $1,300, which I really didn't want to do. I'm trying to repair this one. It's just got some pinholes in it, and it's diesel fuel, so I don't think that's going to be as aggressive on a epoxy repair as gasoline would be. So we're going to give that a shot here eventually, but that's about it for this morning. I'll bring you guys back if I got something worthwhile to show you. So we'll catch you later.